to my castle on a cloud. Thank you.
Good job, Sharon.
There you go.
So for physical therapy, our main goals are to teach children gross motor skills, which means we teach them to crawl, to walk, run, jump, ride bikes, things like that.
We work on articulation and language. We work with kids who are nonverbal and help them become verbal and communicate with others.
I want to play.
A lot of people think that occupational therapists help people find jobs, and that is kind of true. We work with people in the occupation that they have at that time, and for children, their occupation is play.
You holding it?
I love that I get to play all day long. During therapy sessions, we do many different things that don't look like therapy at all. We sing, we dance, we run, we jump, we walk like animals. We do all these fun things that kids get really excited about.
One of the things that makes the McMains Center so unique is that, one, we're a nonprofit, and two, we are so incredibly comprehensive. So we do not have just one specialty, we have a lot of different things under one roof.
We have the social workers, we have the psychologists, we have the educational therapists, and then we have the OT-PT speech. And it makes such more of a collaborative team for our patients and our families that I think you don't get anywhere else.
I know that treating a kid in physical therapy, I can't just work on my physical therapy goals. I have to talk with their occupational therapist and their speech therapist, and we all take input and incorporate it into our own sessions.
We have such a community in our staff that focuses on that whole child. We're all working collaboratively towards that same place, which is making something in their lives a little bit easier.
You know, some of these kids that we see, the doctors have told parents that they'll never speak. But we get them in here and we start to work with them and we figure out a way to make that happen.
I have one green.
One green, all right.
12 years ago when William was born, I was in the delivery. Everything was fine until the very end when my uterus ruptured. And so William was without oxygen for a very long period of time. Being around William and being around children like William, people leave appreciative more so for what they have. At McMains, the program was fantastic, but it was also a social place where William could go and be like every other child and do things that typical children do.
I think about the 24/7 of the life of these children and the parents at home, and I am in awe every day of all the parents, first of all, that walk through our door on a weekly basis. Every week they come and they bring their children faithfully. We give them the best we have to help them be more successful with whatever it is going on in their life. So we try to work with the whole family when we can, including the parents as much as possible.
Kylie was diagnosed with epilepsy, a seizure disorder, at 21 months old. And since that time, she has actually been on medication to control her seizures. However, at the onset of school last year, we noticed that her seizures were pretty serious. So the local neurologist told us that we needed to make a trip to Texas Children's Hospital in Houston. They told me that brain surgery was imminent. It was very hard.
After she had that surgery is when she started physical therapy because she had some weakness because of the surgery in her left side. And so she's really come around pretty quickly in that when she first came in, someone had to have a belt around her walking her in.
Kylie's actually pretty incredible. She never lets you know that there's an issue or there's a problem. She's always upbeat, always optimistic, never says I can't, is always willing to try. Even though she did demonstrate some fear with her surgery, she came back just her normal Kylie self.
When Jason was 18 months old, I knew that there was something wrong with him. He couldn't walk. He would stay completely straight, and so I took him to a specialist here in Baton Rouge. Right when he saw him, he told me that my child had cerebral palsy. Dr. McMains was the doctor when we came here, and you know, he would tease Jason so much because he was from Pierreport and he was a Cajun, and he'd tease him about the mud bugs, and Jason would just love it all up.
I'll never forget him. He's a very remarkable man, and he had a vision. He knew that he could help people, and he did. When I first moved to Baton Rouge, I had to get a job. I'd get dressed up and I'd walk to the buildings, and United Companies was there at the time. I went to see in the personnel department if they had anything, and they didn't have anything at the time, but I kept going back every day, every day. They would ask me, what can I do? And I'd tell them, and one day, I got a call, and I was like, I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was real.
Someone in the Human Resources Department called and said that I really should interview this young man. So I did. You know, a lot of people you hire bring certain skills, counting, technical skills like welding or whatever it might be. But Jason brought some skills that are very rare. I can't think of a person that I know that deserves recognition for the achievements that he has made, way beyond probably anything that he ever thought he could do. And McMains, I know, has really helped him all through those 18 years he was here. I didn't realize that until much later, but it's a great organization, something everyone should support.
Oh, good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Awesome.
Trinity's the most beautiful little soul I've ever met. She's touched my heart from day one. Trinity doesn't let her disability define her. She continues to persevere. She always wants to learn something new. She's absolutely incredible in the skills that she's learned here. She is blind, but she doesn't let that stop her. She will stop you in the hall, say, how are you? How are you doing? She's just a really giving and selfless person. And each time she leaves here, I wish I could be more like her. Sorry.
You have to be a special person to be able to work with these children, because when you see them, you see the love and the love of God in them that's just translated to those children.
The staff is so optimistic, so passionate about what we do. It just makes it easy to come to work every morning.
Yeah, there was this one girl that we worked on walking with a walker for at least a year. And finally, the day she took her first steps without me holding on, I'm cheering and the kids just laughing. She doesn't know what's going on. People are yelling, yay, you know, and she's just excited.
It's rewarding when a mother comes to you and says, you know, 2 years ago my kid wasn't talking at all, and last night he said he loves me, and that just made my whole day.
Her first speech therapist, I really believe, brought a lot of qualities out in Kylie. She's just so bubbly and loving and caring.
Working with these kids, you go home every day feeling like you did something. You might be exhausted just because it's a very physical environment, but you know you made a little difference either in the life of a child or their family, and that to me it's worth it.